Hey, what's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So if you're new around here, I have two rules over at this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything that you learn, whether it's over here at this channel, another channel, or anywhere. That should be a rule of life. So getting into the video, this video is going to be about some credit card news. That's huge news for every single one of you who are credit card users, and I'm assuming that's majority of you who are watching. Now before I get into that, I would like to say, when I first signed up for a YouTube channel, I told myself, I said, hey, whatever you do, make sure that YouTube is never above the people. And the people is you all. You all are the people. And I told myself the day that YouTube becomes bigger than the people to me, that's the day that I need to stop posting on YouTube. The channel is approaching 20,000 subscribers. And a lot of people would like to be in that 20,000 subscriber range. And there's no way I would be close to that 20,000 subscriber range without you all, the people. I'm here to post for the people. 20,000 subscribers is cool, but you know what's more important to me? If people come by and they be like, hey, you helped me out a lot, or I learned something from your book, or I learned something from your video, and things like that. Those type of things excite me much more than 20,000 subscribers, because you can accomplish 20,000 subscribers by having a YouTube based on anything. However, actually helping people and helping people get results is something totally different. So the success of this channel always will come back to you all, the people. And I appreciate every single one of you for always supporting this channel and holding it down. I really do. So the way credit card news works over here is I'll read through the article, and I'll either read the full article or I'll read through excerpts from the article. And I always post the link in the description box. That way you all can check it out for yourself. And I recommend everyone to check out the article and give it a read. These articles are usually 5-minute reads, so if you have 5 minutes of your time, be sure to check it out, because it all relates back to what I said in the beginning of this video. Even though I'm here reading and I'm telling you what's in the article, I want you to see it for yourself. That's your way of verifying what I am reading. But we're going to get right into the article, because this is huge news for everyone, all right? It says, one thing Trump, AOC, Bernie Sanders agree on, credit card rates should be capped at 10%. Bills introduced in Congress seek to tap into the bipartisan appeal of reining in credit card companies. And this was done by Jordan Wiseman, and it was updated Wednesday, March 19th, 2025, and this is on Yahoo Finance. I previously did a video on the 10% cap that President Trump is attempting to accomplish, and now it's saying that the other politicians from all parties are beginning to agree with it. Not all politicians, of course, but the article is referring to politicians who are from different parties. Now, one thing about this channel, I don't really get into politics around here, and I really don't talk about politics around here, but this article right here features something that's important to this channel, and it's a cap on interest rates. Now, as I go further through this article, I'm going to tell you about why it's huge news. And just because I said it's huge news doesn't mean that it's huge news in a good way. There are also some cons to this. It's huge news because it relates to everyone. However, there are cons, and I will talk about them later on in this video, so you need to stay around to listen to what I have to say about this. But I'm going to get further into the article, all right? It says, capping credit card interest rates is starting to look like the hot policy idea of the season for populist lawmakers on both the left and right. This month, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the progressive star from New York, and Rep. Anna Paulina Luna, a MAGA favorite from Florida, teamed up to introduce a bill to limit credit card APRs at 10%. It follows similar legislation from Senators Bernie Sanders, the independent of Vermont, and Republican Josh Hawley of Missouri, which will put in place the same 10% rate ceiling for 5 years. The cost of credit has become a more pressing issue in recent years thanks to rising interest rates, which have helped fuel increasing delinquencies. The average APR was about 21.5% at the end of last year, up from 14.7% in 2020, according to the Federal Reserve. Now, if you're looking at the article, they have a chart that's under that last paragraph. But as you can see from the article, pretty much senators from all sides, whether it's Republican, Democrat, or independent, whichever side they're on, they're starting to agree with the 10% cap on APRs. For a lot of you out there, because credit card debt is so big and people are carrying balances, that's a good thing. It's actually something that can help a lot of you out. But as I stated later on in this video, I'm going to tell you why it's a con. But we're going to get further into it, all right? It says, for now, these bills most likely seem to be political signaling exercises that are unlikely to go anywhere soon. Democrats may also see them as a way of challenging President Trump to make good on his campaign season promise to pass a credit card cap, an idea mostly embraced by progressives in the past. In 2019, Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez unveiled the Loan Shark Prevention Act, which will have imposed a 15% limit on all interest rates. But the bipartisan enthusiasm suggests that limiting what card issuers can charge their customers may have legs down the line. For many voters, it's a pressing pocketbook concern. About half of credit card accounts revolve a balance from month to month, while 13% of cardholders make only the minimum payment due, according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So as you see from the article actually suggests that this is just talk right now. But it's still big news because the talks are coming from all sides, as I stated earlier. Now, I'm not against this. I'm not against the 10% cap because I do think it will help a lot of people who are carrying over balances because we do have a credit card debt problem in this country. My issue with this is it would tend to make some people comfortable. It's just like the student loan thing back when they removed interest rates from student loans and people were able to just pay on the principal. And a lot of people bypassed making payments on their student loans when it was just principal payments. And whether or not they should have took advantage or not is a whole nother video that I talked about in the past. But when it comes to the cap on credit cards, a lot of people may see this cap on interest at 10% as a way to continue to carry over balances. And over here, I would like to get people out of the habit of carrying over balances on their credit cards because carrying over balances can get you in major trouble. It can land you in major trouble. So when it comes to the subject, you're going to see two sides with the subject. You're more than likely going to see people who are in credit card debt and they're going to be for this. No matter if they're a Democrat or a Republican, they're going to be a fan of this. And then you're going to see people who do pay off their balances in full and they do like to reap the rewards from credit cards. And they're going to say, hey, while 10% may seem like a good thing, the banks are going to end up paying us back on the back end because as I always state on this channel, and I will continue to state, if you go in the bank's pockets and you want to cap interest rates and late fees and things like that, they're going to find a way to make their profit, whether they have to do it from cutting rewards or whatever it may be, raising annual fees. They're going to find a way to make their profit. That's just how it is when it comes to banks. Now, we know banks make their money from the consumers. So if you go and you tell a bank like, hey, you can't charge more than 10% for APRs on a credit card for the next 5 years, we should know the banks are not going to be fond of that and they're going to come up with a backup plan as to how they can make profit. Now, it would be cool if this does go through and they have in writing what the banks can't do, but I highly doubt that will happen. So that's when we get in treacherous territory because imagine all across the board, the APRs are capped at 10%. In my opinion, you're going to see annual fees go up. You're going to see late fees go up. You're going to see a lot of things go up. And this is something that I try to get people to avoid as far as carrying over balances. It's a task. It really is a task because for the most part, people are used to carrying over balances. As the article stated, 13% of people only make the minimum payment. So not only are they carrying over balances, they're also only making the minimum payment on their credit card. And that's usually around $35, $40 on a credit card. And yes, sometimes it could be higher than that, but that's usually what it's around. And you know that interest is gaining quick. So to them, 10% APR may be a good thing because they say, hey, the interest will stop piling up as quick as it does. However, we know people who are out there watching and you're fans of points and you're fans of rewards, you know that it's coming. If they do this, there will be some type of changes made on the back end. So we will see how things go. Right now, it's just all talk. But like I stated, it is huge news because it relates to everyone. And all of you need to be made aware of this. There have been people talking about this. However, it hasn't gone through yet. But this is something that you want to keep an eye on. I will be posting about this more in the future because this is important and it relates to all of us. Whether you're someone who carries over a balance with credit cards or you're someone who pays off your balance every month, because both sides could end up being impacted with this. But anyways, after you all are done with this video and you go and check out the article, be sure to swing back around here to the homepage of this Water Your Soil channel, and in my post section, I got a current active poll. Be sure to take that active poll. It's market research. It lets me know where you all stand in regard to credit cards and these banks. But anyways, if you're new around here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video because I post often. That's clicking on the bell and selecting all. Also, this goes to every single one of you watching, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second. That lets the algorithm know you support this video and this channel. I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by, showing love, sharing my videos, liking my videos, leaving a comment, subscribing. I appreciate it all. Like I stated, without you all, I don't really have a channel, so you all keep this thing going. I appreciate every single one of you. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Hey, what's going on? This is Nell from Water Your Soil. So as someone who went from a 549 credit score all the way up to the 800s, I decided to share the same information that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. This book is titled Strategies to Master Credit. I put everything in this book, everything that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. All of the information is in this book. So I want you all to purchase this book. A lot of you have already purchased it, but it's available currently right now on Amazon.com and also MasterCreditBook.com. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. You want this book. It has all the information needed in order for you to go from poor credit to excellent credit, or just simply maintain your good or excellent credit score. So get the book ASAP. And if you want something more in depth, you could take the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. It's more in depth. There are actually chapters in this course, and it walks you through basically how FICO credit scores come about and how they're determined. And really, once you learn how FICO scores come about and the concept of credit scores, then you're pretty much on your way to either going from poor credit to good credit, or just maintaining a good or excellent credit score. So if you want something more in depth, I have the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. All right.